Hello and welcome to Cruise 5. Our guest today is Mutale Melissa Mwanza. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope I'm not too late to welcome you to Malawi. So welcome to Malawi.
No, you're not.
Not your first time, I believe.
No, it's not.
How many times have you been to Malawi?
This is my second time now.
Only second time?
Yes.
And I believe there are more times that you'll be visiting our country.
Absolutely. I don't intend to make this the last one.
So, radio personality, producer, voiceover artist, and so many things. I don't even know how to identify you. A media personality, does that fit?
Yes, I'm an all-round badass.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've done some many bad things, I do believe. which we are going to learn more about.
Really?
Yeah. No. Bad is good sometimes, and good is bad sometimes. Depends on the kind of bad that we're talking about.
Who have you been talking to?
You. Now, you are here on this boss lady thing. What's that all about? What is that all about?
The event?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I had a planned out media tour with my team.
Okay.
To come to Malawi and do a couple of interviews.
Okay.
So when the people at Epic, the epic people at Epic.
Yes, the epic people at Epic.
Yes, found out that I would be in the country. They decided to come up with an awesome event.
Yeah.
Called The Clash of Boss Ladies.
So you must be a boss lady. Clashing with the Malawian boss lady.
I guess so.
What was the experience like?
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I got a chance to meet Chacha.
Yeah.
Before the event.
You had not met her before?
No.
This was the very first time meeting her.
First time meeting the lady.
Yeah.
And she's very pleasant.
Yeah.
She's focused.
Yeah.
Very down to earth.
Yeah.
And she's a generous woman based on her line of work.
Yeah.
I would say. I think she's very kind.
Is that all about her? I wonder if she's trying to do politics. Did you ever get to talk about that?
No, we didn't.
She seems to have come with a whole new vibe and a whole new energy. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, that's how it comes off to me. Like she's up to something bigger than she's willing to let out.
Really?
That's how it comes out to me.
Why are you suspicious? Why should kindness be interpreted as trying to get into politics? Like, can't people be generous and kind these days?
They can, but the levels of generosity and the intensity of the generosity can raise some questions, wouldn't you think?
If you have enough money to be generous to a certain degree, then just go ahead and make a change in the world. It shouldn't be questioned.
She's definitely making a change. And I believe there's more change that we're going to see going forward.
Let's wait and see. I didn't tap into that part of,
But now that you've met her, I'm sure that you're going to have a bit more time to learn more about her and see what she's up to. But of course, you can't take that away from her. She's come off as somebody who is quite generous, I do believe, by Malawian standards. And the vibe there, how is it like? Of course, Lilongwe is a bit different from Lusaka. I'm sure you would agree. The nightlife,
yes, it
is significantly different.
100%. Lusaka is very busy.
Yes.
It's got more clubs.
It's
a lot of entertainment. And I didn't come here with the perspective of Lusaka.
Yep.
I sort of understand that when you visit different countries, you're entering a different space.
Yes.
So I enjoyed the vibe yesterday.
Great.
I have been to Epic before.
Yes.
This will be this appearance is actually my second appearance at the club.
Yeah.
So I was very aware of what I was getting into.
Great.
Going there with Chacha as well as Green was fun.
Yeah.
I like the vibe. I think people at Epic have this sort of vibe, which is like really like people there are a vibe.
Yeah.
If you work the mic, they're always ready to respond and just party with you.
It sounds like a close-knit community to me of people who kind of go to the same club all the time and they kind of know each other at that level.
Yeah, I guess so. If you ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you enjoy the vibe there, then why go anywhere else?
Absolutely.
So it was epic.
Epic.
Yeah.
Epic time. Chatting to an epic lady from Zambia who has suddenly shot to prominence in Malawi as well. And I guess we'll get into that a little bit later. But let's just get to know a bit more about you. I think what most people would want to know is who is this lady? What has she been up to? But let's know where exactly you're from in Zambia. I do believe you're from Zambia, but where exactly from?
I am from a town on the Copperfield province called Kitwe.
Okay.
That's where I was born and raised in 1987.
Okay.
On the 22nd of October.
Okay.
Yes. I was born in Kitwe. I went to Nkana Trust School. I grew up in a suburb called Parklands.
Okay.
Where we still live up to this day. No, I grew up in Riverside, then we moved to Parklands.
Okay.
My father used to work for the mine.
Okay. I was told he was Congolese, is that true?
My dad Congolese? How? No.
Ugandan? Rungian or something?
Was a Chewa man.
Okay.
Yeah, an Easterner proper.
Both of them from Zambia, your parents?
Both of them from Zambia.
Very
my mom
Zambian.
Was Bemba. My dad was Chewa. May his soul rest in peace.
Okay.
I was raised in a traditional family home of mom, dad, children.
How many siblings?
Right now, currently, I have 3.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
My sister passed away in 2002.
Oh, sorry about that.
There was 5 of us, but now there's 4.
Great. So what was life like growing up? What were your parents doing, and your mother and you kids running around? What was life like in those days?
Wow, life was great. Hey, my mom was working for Zamtel, a parastatal telecommunications company in Zambia.
Yeah.
My dad was working at the time for ZCCM.
Okay.
The mines. I come from a mining town.
Yes, Kitwe is very well known for that. Yeah,
a mining town.
Yeah.
So growing up was fun. My dad was quite fun. He used to love listening to Bob Marley.
Okay.
We were very close.
Yeah.
He used to take me to school on his motorbike sometimes.
Yeah.
And
which must have been a little fun to you.
Yeah.
So it's thrilling for a young kid when you're on the motorbike.
Yeah. I miss those times.
Yes.
My dad used to have this really small car. It was like a Fiat.
Yeah.
He used to take us to school with my sister and my older brother.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm being naughty, I would want to get onto the motorbike. I remember one time it fell on me. I have a couple of scars on my body because I was just being naughty. Climbing the trees, trying to get on that motorbike.
Yes.
One time it fell on me so hard. I was so scared. I was just like, okay, I'm hurting, but I don't know if Dad is going to shout at me.
I know somebody who fell off a bike, a bicycle, and they can't ride a bicycle anymore. I'm like, dude, this is something that happened like 20, 25 years ago. Like, no, I'm not getting any close to a bicycle. I fell on a bike once. I'm not falling on a bicycle again.
Yeah. So like my dad's bike was normally parked in a certain space.
Yes.
So we would just
when no one is looking.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I did with the brake, and then it fell.
It fell on you.
So bad.
Yeah.
But it was it was great growing up with my mom and dad. We later moved to Parklands, where we still live to this day.
Okay.
And when I say that is still the family home.
Ah, okay.
I grew up at a flat called Donna Court in Parklands.
All right.
And the economy of the country was doing great at the time.
Yes.
Such that Zamto employees were allowed to buy the various flats at that block of flats.
Yeah.
So my mom bought the flat.
Oh, wow.
Because she was working for Zamto, like I said. So it still remains home today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, from 1993 today.
I guess you had it easy then growing up. You had everything that you needed. You were well provided for.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Awesome. That's Mutale Melissa Mwanza, our guest today on Cruise 5. We're going to do a first song from you, and I'm curious to know what kind of music you like listening to.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And I hope your choices are going to be your choices, the songs that you really, really love.
Yes.
What kind of music do you love?
I listen to, I love different genres of music.
Of course.
Obviously, because working on radio since 2008 up until 2020.
Okay.
I have grown to love and appreciate different genres, right?
Yes, yeah.
So I don't have like a particular genre that I am aligned to.
Okay.
Because I appreciate everything. Like, give me reggae, I will vibe to it.
Yes.
Give me amapiano, give me R&B. I am in there.
Yes.
Give me Afro beats, I am in there.
Absolutely.
But I do have, a short list of songs that I love, and I'm happy to share them.
First song is going to be?
The first song is going to be Nati O.
Yes.
A song by Nati O. He's a Zimbabwean artist. Mm-hmm. I really, really, really admire his talent.
Yes.
I love his vibe.
Yes.
And the title of the song is Bugatti.
Bugatti, Nati O. That's the first song on Cruise 5. That's the choice of our guest today, Mutale Melissa Mwanza. Tell us about your education. You said you went to primary school, secondary school. You ended up, now we're addressing you as a media personality.
Yeah.
But is that the first thing that you did when you finished O-levels?
No, not at all. So, I went to Nkana Trust.
Yes.
Primary.
Mm-hmm.
Secondary, I went to Ibenga Girls, or Kuibenga, if you say it locally, in Mwanza. I was at a boarding school, a Catholic boarding school.
Okay.
All girls.
All right.
Yes.
It's a convent, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
But not the one that turns people into Catholic nuns?
No.
It's just a school run by the Catholics?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Correct.
Yes.
After completing my grade 12 at Ibenga Girls, I then went to study at Zambia College.
Okay.
So, because mom was working for Zambia, it was easier for me to get into Zambia College because it was easier for her to pay school fees for me.
I see.
My dad had died at the time.
Yes.
So, I enrolled into Zambia College studying business admin.
Wow.
I didn't complete that because
Why?
I fell pregnant.
Okay.
With my amazing son, Hanji.
You got pregnant when you were in uni?
Yes. Yeah.
What class was this?
Like the very first semester. But it wasn't showing. So imagine all these young boys hitting on me at a very flat
and you knew you were pregnant.
At a very flat stomach. And everybody was like, yeah, who's this girl?
Yeah.
And I was just looking at them like,
oh my God, like you guys don't know the half of it.
I'm about to be somebody's wife. So I only did 2 semesters.
Okay.
Yeah.
What course was that?
It was ADMA, business admin.
Okay, all right.
And I got a certificate at least. And then I went off to have my baby.
Tell me about the stigma associated with that, because back here in Malawi, right now things are changing a bit because I think people are getting a bit more conscious about rights and things like that, mental health. But in those days, getting pregnant while in school was a big deal, and your parents were mighty ashamed and embarrassed of you. And in some cases, they would like disown you, and you think you're old enough to get married, go and get married. And most girls really lost their future that way.
True.
How was it with you?
You see, with me, obviously, I did face a lot of challenges in my family.
Yes.
But the good part is that I was in college.
So I
didn't have to face my mom.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she was very disappointed.
Yes.
I think she didn't expect me to fall pregnant that way.
At that time.
I think her hopes and beliefs for me were to do it the usual traditional way.
Exactly. Do college, finish, and then get married, find a job, and settle down.
And kind of. Oh no, Mutale's got she's having a baby. She hasn't even started college.
Yeah.
It was cringe. It was like.
What did I do wrong? As a parent, you always ask yourself that question. Is there something that I did?
But she accepted everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you went ahead and had a baby?
Yes.
Did you get married, or did you? How did things go after that?
How did things go? So the father of my child became my husband. He asked me to marry him. And we got married. You
never set off to get married in the first place.
I know, but I mean, why wouldn't I want to raise my baby in a beautiful home like the way I was raised?
But still,
and he was a great guy.
You must have been still a young girl at this time.
I fell pregnant when I was 19 years.
You see now.
And I gave birth when I was 20 years old. And that's when we got married.
20, you're already married?
Yes.
I
like to say I'm living my life in reverse. Like Benjamin Button.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, when you're married at 20 and you haven't even gotten your first degree, and you had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I still don't have a degree, but yeah.
So how did you put your life together after this? Because, all right, I'm seeing that life throwing these things at you, and I guess you're just trying to make the most that you can with life. But still, I don't think that's how you wanted to define yourself. So how did things go after that?
Well, life happens. Sometimes you don't really choose when to have a baby. It sort of happens, and it's a beautiful gift.
Yes, sure.
And you have to embrace it.
Yeah.
I could have chosen other options.
Yes.
Being a young girl, but I didn't. I said, I'm going to face this situation head on. Mm-hmm. And I had a very loving husband.
Okay.
My pregnancy was so nice.
Okay.
When I was in college.
Yeah.
At Zambia College, I enjoyed myself.
Okay.
I could literally just cough, and Kennedy would be there with
what do you want?
What do you need?
Should I carry you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I gave birth to this big baby, 3.8 kilos.
Great.
Mwape.
Yeah.
And then we got married. Then we started raising him in marriage in our home. And it was then that I got a call from a friend to say, listen, there's going to be a radio station that's opening in Kitwe. Because at the time, there was only 2 radio stations.
Okay.
So Kitwe was a developing town at the time.
Yes.
So there was only 2 radio stations, Radio Ichengelo and Yara FM.
Okay.
Then I got a call from a friend saying, listen, there's a guy who's opening a 3rd radio station called Flavor FM.
Okay.
So why don't you go and give it a shot? Now, I had a small baby and I was thinking, okay, yeah, well, maybe something I could do. I think Mark was about 6 or 7 months at the time.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, let me give it a shot. Why not?
You had given up about school at this time?
At this time, I was just raising your
baby, and you just wanted to have something on the side to be doing.
I just wanted to raise my baby.
Okay.
At the time.
All right.
And then this opportunity came to audition at Flavor FM.
All right.
And I went ahead and I did that.
Yeah.
And I was selected.
Wow.
So I started training to become a breakfast show presenter.
I see.
Yeah.
So this is not something that you planned to do from the get-go. This is something that was just thrown at you and you just seized it and ran with it.
Yes. The funny thing is, when I was in school, this is primary and secondary school, I would often be selected to be like a narrator when there's a school play. So I knew that the talent existed in me.
Yes.
I just didn't know that it could actually become a career.
I see.
Yeah, because you know how it is being raised in countries where we don't have school of arts.
Of course.
So you know you've got a talent, but you don't know what to do.
What am I going to do with this?
Explore.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So I had it, but I just didn't know where to take it.
Yeah.
So when this opportunity came, because people knew me for that, like, oh, she's a great presenter. She talks very well. She's a great speaker. So when this opportunity came for this radio station, they were looking for hosts.
Yeah.
I was one of the people that was called, obviously, and I ran with it. And then I realized that I could actually become a radio presenter. You know, to actually do shows on radio.
Yeah, sure.
Like read the news and just like do awesome stuff.
It's thrilling if you've got the talent for it. I mean, it's really exciting.
100%.
Yeah, people say you guys get paid for playing the kind of music that you love.
It's not really like that. Like, do people know that they're music managers? Music managers schedule music they love. All we do is press play, and the rest of the time you literally have to think.
Yeah.
You know, you're just not on radio playing music. You have to research. It's more than that.
Yeah.
We are more than that.
Yes.
We're more than that, and people need to respect that and acknowledge that.
Absolutely.
Even just working that system.
Yes.
In a studio.
Yeah.
You just don't.
You need brains to do that. Yes.
You need a skill.
But still, you went back to school and did a bit of journalism, right? After so this, like as you're saying, things are working in reverse. So you're already thrown into radio, and then you're going back to school. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So what happened was, I started doing radio on Flavor FM, and then I realized I needed a backup plan.
Yes.
Because I was thinking to myself, okay, I didn't complete my business admin diploma. I only have a certificate.
Your baby was the diploma.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then I was doing something that I love, being on radio.
Yeah.
Talking to people, interacting with people.
Yes, yeah.
And then I think my aunt said to me, why don't you study mass comm?
Okay.
So you can better your skill.
Yes.
Like better yourself.
Yeah.
But in Kitwe, we don't have, at the time, there were no colleges or universities that were offering mass comm. It was journalism at Mindolo Ecumenical Foundation, in the road. Okay. And I was married. So I was juggling being a wife, going for work every day, opening the radio station at 4 a.m.
Yes.
I had to be Mwape's mom.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Then I had to study.
Yep.
I managed to study. I started studying journalism in 2009, and I got a diploma.
You see, I find this to be quite fascinating because, as I said, the situation back here, and I'm sure it's the same in Zambia, is that when something like this, I think it's a case of when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade out of it.
Yeah.
That same instance, if someone met that kind of misfortune, let's call it that would be the end of their life. I mean, that would be life in ruins. But you seem to be somebody who is willing to take up that challenge and make the most out of it.
Always.
Yeah, because even the decision to take up a job and go back to school, that's not a decision that most people would, especially after you found a loving husband. You're like, this is it. I think I'm just going to stay here and this is my life.
Yeah. And life was really great because my ex-husband is very hardworking.
Yes.
And we had everything.
Great.
Pretty much. So we were very comfortable. But I am a very proactive person and I'm not lazy. I like to keep myself busy.
Okay.
And I being a Christian, I believe in the parable of talent so much that God has placed talent in me, and I need to constantly go back to Him and say, here's 10 more, here's 5 more, I've added some more, I have to constantly keep going back. So sitting at home and being a housewife was never the plan. It was never the plan. I needed to make myself as productive as possible, and my ex-husband was very supportive. He used to take me to school. Like literally when I finished doing the breakfast show at 9 in the morning,
he'd pick you up and drop you at school,
then take me to school. And then I would get off school about 4 p.m. He'd come and get me, take me home. That's
Mutale Melissa Mwanza, our guest today on Cruise 5. We're getting into our second song now. What is it going to be? We've done Bugatti, and now...
Okay, let's see. The song is going to have to be Eli and Juchi.
Yes. Yabaya. Do you hear what?
Your Maps.
Yes, Your Maps.
Yeah.
The guy's doing great. Your Maps is doing great.
The guys are doing great.
They are both flying very high.
I know. It's exciting. I'm here for it.
Do you hear what they say in those songs? In that song particularly, Yabaya? Do you hear that? What language do you speak?
I speak Bemba.
Okay.
I speak a bit of French.
Yes.
I speak English.
Okay.
I don't speak Chewa, but I sing it.
You can sing?
Yes.
Anyone can sing any language as long as they just know the words. Even if they don't know what they're saying.
I know.
So it's going to be Ellen Juchi featuring Your Maps, Yabaya. That's the second choice of our guest today on Cruise 5. But when you went to Hot FM, that's when your name became hot, I do believe. Flava, you launched your career in broadcasting. But I think growing up now into a more a well-seasoned broadcaster, was that when you took up a job with Hot FM, or something happened in between?
Yeah, something happened in between. I worked for Flavor FM for 4 years.
Okay.
And I thought that I was, my career was at a plateau.
Yeah.
I needed to do something with myself.
Okay.
So I decided to relocate to South Africa.
Okay.
I was divorced at the time.
All right.
My son was very young.
Okay.
He was staying in between his father and my mother. So I relocated to South Africa to look for greener pastures. And when I went to SA, I got a job as a field presenter on Good Morning Africa.
I see.
My first stint in television.
Yes.
Very first stint ever. I'd never worked in TV before, except for the few news reports that I'd done during my internship at ZNBC. That's all I knew. So this was exciting for me.
Yes.
I became a field presenter on Good Morning Africa. I did that for a couple of months. I also did work on Planet TV, a radio TV station.
Okay.
And it was fun. So I then started conceptualizing my own lifestyle show called Kumwesu.
Yes, Kumwesu.
And I pitched it to Africa Magic under the production company, Ground Focus Productions. Right? So I did that with the person I was dating at the time, a partner.
Okay.
And, he made my life very easy. He was very supportive.
Okay.
He supported my career. He supported the project, invested in it. And Africa Magic accepted the content, and it started to flight on Africa Magic. So I was the presenter, but behind the scenes, I was the producer, as well as the production manager, just manning the whole production. Yeah. Basically. Okay. So that was my baby.
Yes.
So I worked on that for 3 seasons. And then things kind of went south, and I decided to move back to Zambia. Okay. It was then that I joined Hot FM.
I see. But this time you were a pretty confident presenter.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
You didn't stay long either at Hot FM.
I did. From 20... What did you do? Hot FM.
Yeah.
I think 3 years. It must have been 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a good run on Hot FM. I did quite a number of shows. I was on the Drive Time show.
Yes.
I did Radio After 6, and then I eventually settled into the Red Hot Breakfast.
Yes.
Yes. I think I did the Red Hot Breakfast for like 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And that definitely catapulted my career.
And then you got fired.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Tell us about it. What exactly happened?
I posted something on Facebook and then I got fired.
It wasn't just something you post things on Facebook all the time, but
I know
this one got you fired.
I know it was something that was distasteful, and I got fired for it.
Okay,
because management couldn't put up with my antics.
Yes,
so they fired me.
Is it something that you regret? whatever you posted, that it got you fired, or you still stood by what you posted?
I definitely don't like what I posted, and I apologize for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you come off to me as somebody who does not hesitate to speak their mind. So I can see where this started. That's from quite some time back, and it has gotten you in trouble before, getting fired being one of them.
That's life. You live and you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you take it? Some people would say, grow up, be mature, be responsible, You don't want to go around hurting people. And some will say, no, but this is me speaking my mind. So however anybody takes it, that's their own problem. I'm just saying what I think. Which side do you fall on?
I speak my mind. And if at any point it feels like I am being intrusive, this is on my conscience.
Okay.
So if I feel like I am within my rights to say what I'm saying, then I said what I said. But if I feel that I have just offended you, I would definitely apologize like any normal human being would. But I'm not afraid to speak my mind.
There are some things that you'd want to just keep to yourself. I mean, it doesn't mean that everybody should always know what's going on in your mind.
And nobody knows what's going on in my mind. I never comment on everything.
Until you post them on Facebook, of course. That's when people are like, oh, this is what she's thinking.
Yeah, and that's why I seldom do that, because I can't make people famous for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think posting about people will make them famous?
100%.
How is that?
My page is one of the biggest in the country. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But getting fired didn't stop you from doing whatever it is that you wanted. Tell me what happened after you got fired. Because again, after getting fired, most people will be like, this is the end of me. But it wasn't for you.
Yeah. I feel like I have a spirit of a fighter, and everybody should have that.
Okay.
When you're down, don't stay down. Get back up.
Okay.
We're human beings. We're bound to make mistakes. We're bound to fall. We're bound to cry. And that's why life has all these series of emotions: excitement, anger, stress. Mm-hmm. It's life.
Yeah.
So when you're in an excited, position, or you're in excited mode, be excited. When it's time to cry, it's time to cry. Mm-hmm. So if you're down, don't stay down. Mm-hmm. Cry, get back up, and keep it moving. Okay. The interesting part about me being fired is that I had a second job that I was working at the time. Actually, two others. I had a gig on Zambezi Magic as a presenter on Tuvange Lifestyle. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I was hosting on Hot FM. Mm-hmm. So I was doing other things. Yes. And then I was doing voiceovers for other companies. I was brand ambassador for So when I got fired, that was one source of income down, but I had like 16 others. Yeah. Right? Of course, that job was very important to me, but I lost it and I wasn't in control of the situation. So I decided to let it go, accept, move on, and focus on everything else that I had. Yeah. So I continued presenting to Tuvange Lifestyle. Okay. I continued doing voiceovers, emceeing for being the host for companies and events. Yeah. And I just continued living my life at the same time, thinking of how I could grow my brand after everything that had happened. Yes. So I don't have the ability to stay down when something bad happens. Yeah. Actually, it gives me more reason to fight. Yeah. Yeah.
But the issue that got you fired, just back to that, just a quick one on that, because I think it's important that we must address it. And that's about what some people felt that you were cyberbullying. That's what some people say, that she's cyberbullying. She's talking about all these things, about all these people. And in this digital era, it's become a big subject of discussion that some people feel entitled to say anything about other people, regardless of how they're going to feel about it. And people say some really, really mean things about other people. And you now, being in the position that you are, you must be somebody who appreciates all this about the things that people write about you. And you wonder, like, why do people write all these things about me? They don't even have any evidence about it. So in perspective of what you said, of course you said that you realize that you made a mistake and apologize for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Cyberbullying is one thing. I posted something about one person, right? And it was just a post in bad taste, right? And quickly realization settled in. Other people post things without realizing. Like, I've been bullied like most of my career. People wake up and say the most outrageous things. There's information sitting on the internet right now which I don't even know about. But when I read it, I'm like, oh, wow, this sounds like a nice story. I wonder how it ended.
This is not me at all.
At all.
This is a totally different Mutale that I've never met.
Yes, because it's insane. So when you look at cyberbullies and the kind of comments and the kind of things that they talk about, it's a bit different from what I did. People tend to realize, sometimes people tend to post things without knowing that they're offending the next person. You think it's an actual joke, but you're offending someone. But if realization can set in quickly and fast, I think there'll be less problems on the internet. But there are people who are dedicated to just bully other people, give false information. So there's a difference. I made a post and I apologize for it. Other people thrive on misery and just posting false information and bullying other people. So...
And there's a reasoning that for a public figure like you, I would consider you a public figure, that you shouldn't complain about these things. You are a public figure, and that comes with a package. So just accept it and move on. I
don't know who made that manual. I don't know who gave people the idea that public figures are not human beings. I think that's a bit of an old way of looking at things. It's a bit colonial. I think people are a bit more cathartic these days, and as celebrities, I feel like we should speak. We should speak. So saying, oh, just suck it up is what causes people to go into depression. You can't keep piling rumors on a person and expect them to just sit there. That's why celebrities go live these days to address rumors, because they want to clear the air. Gone are the days where people would just sit in their houses and be like, ooh, just keep talking about me, I don't care. People are taking things differently. We have different personalities. What I may stomach, the next person can't. And if they feel the need to speak out, go live or make a post, release a statement, then they should be allowed to do that. Nobody should say celebrities should be gagged. Let celebrities speak. Celebrity lives matters too.
But wouldn't you say it's a futile fight that they're fighting, considering that you're fighting all these ghosts? These are people that you maybe don't even know. You don't know what's going on in their mind. If you're going to be engaging with each one of them, you'll just be wasting your energy.
I'm pretty sure that there are statements that deserve responses. It's not every time you need to jump into the pigsty and wrestle with the pigs. I mean, I barely do that. But when it's necessary, if it infringes on my income, for instance, I feel like a response is necessary. Because there are damaging statements that could be put out there that could make me lose my endorsements. Do you really think I'm going to just sit here and lose my endorsements because, oh no, I shouldn't say anything? Oh no, like you're not supposed to say anything.
Sure.
No, of course not. I'm going to switch on that camera and go live and say, everybody, let's gather. I want to address you.
Now she will address us with the choice of our third song, which is going to be...
Micki Minaj,
yes.
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam, Micki Minaj. Are you a big fan of Micki Minaj?
I love Micki, I'm a bob.
Yes. Bam Bam. So let's enjoy that song as we take a quick break on Cruise 5. Today we're talking to Mutale Melissa Mwanza. Welcome back. This is Cruise 5, and today we're talking to Mutale Mwanza, all the way from Zambia. She's a prominent media personality in Zambia, and her lifestyle is also very prominent, and she lives in means way beyond the average media personality in Zambia. People talk about your wealth, like, oh, she's got houses in the US, in New York.
Oh, really?
In Zambia, a vacation house there, and all these things. And she's got a whole fleet of cars, like Porsche cars and stuff. I'm like, what kind of media personality is this? And I'm not the only one who gets that curious. The police also got curious, I do understand. Tell us about the incident when they called you to explain about your wealth. Did that ever happen?
Which incident?
When you bought a car.
Oh, that.
Yes, that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I explained.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know you did. But what I'm curious to know is whether you found that a bit intrusive, or you thought they were within their limits to ask you to explain that.
Now, what I find sad is your expression that I live a very extravagant,
lavish lifestyle.
More than an average media personality in Zambia. What does that mean? A media personality is supposed to be broke? Or a media personality is Malawi broke?
That's different. You're living beyond the means of every other person.
How do you know?
And
How, that's an assumption.
it's an assumption.
Yeah, but
is it a fair assumption to make?
No, it's not.
You said your page is the biggest.
One of the biggest pages
One
in the
of the
country.
biggest. Okay.
Yeah. Do you know how much I charge for a post?
Tell me about it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So then you wouldn't say, I
Yes.
live a very lavish lifestyle, more than average, because I feel like that's what I deserve. I have the numbers, I have the influence.
I don't doubt that. Is that average?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough. Was it fair for the police to call you to explain the source of your wealth for buying the car? Do you think that was right?
Being fair or unfair is relative. I don't know. They deemed it fit, so
Okay.
they called me and I explained and I produced receipts and life moved.
So, would you say the things that people say about you having all these things, it can be explained by the things that you said, how you make your money? Because I think,
what do people say about the things that I have? The thing is, you're not telling me. You see, let's have a conversation. What have you heard? Who have you been talking to?
I've been talking to many people.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me.
And they have told me
That one.
that you are a rich lady
Thank
in
you.
Zambia.
Amen.
And that's why you showed up in Malawi to participate in a boss lady show up at a club at Epic.
One time for my country.
But I've heard that you've got a house in Los Angeles. Is that true?
A house in LA?
Yes.
Not yet. We haven't
you-
closed the deal.
You would want to have one. You're working on having one.
We haven't closed the deal on that yet.
New York?
No.
Okay. And a vacation home in Zambia? Somewhere along the private beaches with a very nice view? Somewhere you can run to relax when you feel like it?
I haven't built a house there yet, though. It's
Okay.
just it's a piece of land.
All right.
Who told you that?
A little fly on the wall.
No, I haven't built a house. It's just a piece of land along the lake.
Okay.
Yeah, like the lakeside.
All right.
Yeah, there's no house there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would say that the things that I have heard, the things that I have said now are not true at all.
Which things? Which part?
The parts, everything that I said.
I kind of feel like you know, when people tell stories, right?
Yes.
They give you parts of the truth.
Okay.
And then they add a lot of lies.
Okay.
Yeah? So you've got information.
Yeah.
But it's not accurate. So I'm glad we're having this conversation. Because
Absolutely.
then I can clarify, right?
Yes.
But it's interesting that people have information that I didn't even know.
Okay.
So you have some information, but it's a little all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you keep asking, then I will tell you. I will clarify. I'll be happy to clarify. So I don't have a house by the lakeside. It's a piece of land. I don't have a house in New York yet. The LA home is something under discussion. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're hearing it from Mutale Mwanza here on Cruise 5. Stuff that people say about you. And I'm bringing these things up because we had this conversation earlier about people who say anything about anyone. And they don't really care how people feel when they hear about those things.
I'm happy to answer your questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on. This is something that I have seen on your page, your pictures. And I've heard you discuss this, and I'll be glad to also hear it from you personally.
Yeah.
I have noted that you're quite generous showing your body to people and
How is
being
that generosity?
showing parts that some people would consider should be the privilege of a few to see.
Well,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Would you agree that you show a little bit more flesh than other people do on their pages?
I'm not looking and checking for other people. I'm living my life.
Okay.
If I'm living my life the way I want, I don't understand why that should offend anyone.
All right. So you're perfectly okay with that, and
Great.
it's you don't find it a bit extreme.
We don't share the same beliefs, goals, or vision, so I'm not checking for other people's things. I'm
Yes.
happy to do what I'm doing, and I'm happy. So if you're going to see my bums, my breasts, you're going to see my thighs on a picture, then just look and keep it moving. If I'm comfortable, then you're going to fit into my life.
Yes.
If you're not comfortable, just unfollow me.
We can't unfollow you though, because we want to see where your relationship with Tay Green is going to go.
But if you're getting offended because you're saying that I'm showing things which are supposed to be shown for others, so that's the belief. So if you don't like it, then unfollow.
That one is settled. And I do understand.
Let's go to different pages where you will be seeing people who are more conservative, because they're on the M Nation there. We give it. If I'm going swimming, you're going to see it. And you know what's funny?
Yes.
What's funny is when an African woman goes swimming, people take so much offense, but yet enjoy watching J-Lo swimming, Kim Kardashian, like all these other celebrities. When we do it, it's like we're not supposed to appreciate our bodies. I always find that very unfortunate, our thinking. Me going swimming shouldn't offend anyone. I'm going swimming. So if I have to swim, I have to swim and show body parts. I'm not showing you my body parts because I want you to do something. Just look and see that I've gone to swim. The same way you look and see that J-Lo has gone to swim. So what is the problem? What's the issue? Our mindset shouldn't be divided, or it shouldn't be selective when it comes to who's doing what.
There was an interesting conversation when Big Brother was in full swing at some point, and people were showing all kinds of behavior on that. And the Malawian housemaid, I can't remember her name, but it was a lady. She was partying a lot and smoking and doing things. And that brought an interesting discussion on whether she was being Malawian or not. Some people felt she's not being Malawian. And people said, wait a minute, when you say she's not being Malawian, what do you mean? How do you define a Malawian lady? And people were going on trying to pin that on how a Malawian lady comes off. And drinking was one of them. No, a Malawian lady doesn't drink like that. She doesn't go about smoking. She doesn't dress like that. And people were like, oh, wait. In the village, people drink all the time. Yeah. My grandmother used to smoke a proper cigarette. Yeah. And down in the southern region, there are very hot districts there. Some ladies will go about topless, especially the older ones. And that brought... So I'm just agreeing with you on how people look at things. And obviously, everyone is entitled to their own view about life. I think this comes across when people discuss the identity of a people. And I think as an African people, there are things that we have grown accustomed seeing and not seeing. And that shouldn't be surprising when people start wondering if you are not doing the way things have always been done. And that's not to say things cannot change. Things can change.
Yeah, of course. But it's just interesting how Africans want to see white people's things or Western people's things. And then when it's their sisters doing it, it's like, oh no, we can't. But it's like hypocrisy, it's double standards. You want to see, but you want to decide whose bums you want to see. You know, it's like, no, you know, we can see Kim's, when J-Lo posts, it's okay. But if it's still WhatsApp, no! What is the difference? What is the difference? Women are made to be beautiful. Just look at women the same. The same way you would see Kim Kardashian selling a bikini is the same way you must see Mutale Mwanza when she's selling a bikini. It's the same thing. It's not prostitution. If you don't consider Kim doing prostitution, then don't consider Mutale doing it. It's the same concept. Everybody's beautiful. We just need to change our mindset. It's sad to hear such things like, oh, be conservative, be this, be that. But meanwhile, we have swimming pools where we're supposed to get naked to swim. So what must happen? And then we have social media where we want to post. So what must happen? I find it very, that's why I live my life. I'm just like, I can't. I just live my life. Like I said, if you don't want to see what's on my page, just unfollow. Please go to church. It's fine.
Song number 4 on Cruise 5. Song number 4 on Cruise 5. As we're talking to Mutale Mwanza, what is it going to be?
It's going to be Odumudu Black.
Yes.
Blood on the dance floor.
Blood on the dance floor. And there's going to be some real blood on the dance floor. Song number 4 from our guest today, Mutale Mwanza. Tell me what happened in the United Kingdom recently.
Yeah.
Because I heard some some very interesting things happened that side. Like, oh, these guys were called to perform, and you were apparently approached to host, and things just went haywire while there. What exactly happened?
You're hearing a lot of things.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I was contracted to host the Southern Africa experience, but my contract was breached. So I did not fulfill my obligations. Yeah, as per contractual agreement.
Yeah. So from what I saw, and I never really got to get the full details of what happened down there, but I think the show was built to be at one venue, and then the venue was changed last minute.
Yes.
And then everything was just shambolic.
Yeah.
What happened? What did you hear? What was the what was the breach of the contract? What did it exactly constitute?
Well, it's a number of clauses that were breached.
Okay.
And it's unfortunate that promoters have very little or no respect for artists in the SADC region.
Yes.
And I will generalize because this was a Southern Africa experience.
Yes.
Different countries being represented, Malawi inclusive.
Yes.
Through Tigrin, Zambia through myself, Gaza from Namibia, Pop Tame from Zimbabwe, Zanda Zakuza from South Africa. The promoters could have done better. I'll speak for my contract.
Yes.
There were certain clauses, for instance, in the contract that were agreed on and they were breached. First of all, my contract stipulates that I was supposed to be flown to the UK business class. I was put on an economy flight. Would you believe I flew economy on that long flight? It was such a long flight, and I was just confused when I boarded.
Yeah.
First of all, when I got to the check-in counter, I was confused.
Yes.
Right? So I flew economy, which was just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, I was supposed to have received a payment from my manager.
Yes.
Before even landing in the UK.
Yeah.
They verbally decided to change that. They said, upon arrival, the day before the event, you will get your full payment. My payment never came.
No way.
Only a few other things were paid, like the booking fee, the signing fee, but the down payment, the actual performance fee was not paid.
No way.
The down payment, when I got to the UK, the full payment wasn't even made. The accommodation. I was supposed to be in a suite, put in a nice hotel. I have a contract rider which stipulates the things that I need. When you book me, you need to give me.
Yes.
If you look at my contract rider, you will see that I desire certain things.
Yeah.
I love candles.
Okay.
I need vanilla scented candles in my room because I just feel calm when I'm around candles. I think better. I'm more progressive. My spirit is calmer, so I need vanilla scented candles. I need red roses. I just need stuff.
Okay.
I need a makeup artist 24/7. I need a videographer because I'm creating content for the event and for the thing. So makeup artist is needed, videographer is needed, scented candles, roses, sweet, assistant. I have things that I need.
Okay.
I wasn't even put in a hotel suite.
Goodness
I was
gracious.
in an Airbnb with like 5 other people.
Yo.
And like in a tiny room, like a small room, and it wasn't even en suite. I had to use the bathroom with other people.
Yeah.
It's just a sad story. I don't even like talking about
that's
it.
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
And I don't like talking about it, but it is the truth.
Yes.
And this was the reality.
Yes.
A lot of clauses in the contract were breached. I could go on and on about other things.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the venue, for instance.
Yes.
The first venue that was advertised on the poster.
Yes.
Was changed to another venue. When we landed, we were told the 2 venues were abandoned. They had to start looking for another venue. The day of the event is when they were looking for a venue, those promoters. The function was meant to start at about 7 p.m. They found a venue at 6 p.m. And that venue was like a ballroom where like the elderly do like ballroom dancing, if I'm not mistaken. I told my manager, I'm not leaving this place and I'm not performing.
It's outrageous.
Sad.
It's outrageous.
I'm still crying about it.
I saw people venting on social media, and I just couldn't. I couldn't understand what is that. I saw a short clip of Tigrin protesting when he was being pulled off stage before he had even finished his set.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on down here?
I'm still crying about it.
Would you say it's a general thing, or it's just something that went wrong this time around? Or maybe there have been more stories of other artists and people being treated like that?
I know that a lot of artists are treated badly when they travel.
Yes.
And a lot of people die. And I'm going to say this directly translation.
Yes.
In Bemba would say, "Abantu bafuile fecha kwebakina baya ku UK."
Yes. So as long as I went to the UK, I'm
die.
okay.
They die that.
Yes. Yeah.
You know that I've traveled.
I caught a plane. Yeah,
sure. People won't even know what's really happening.
I was in the UK. That's what matters.
See the pictures. I'm in London. I'm in Birmingham.
Oh, no.
No.
That's just sad.
People die inside.
Yeah.
Some artists are treated badly. People sleep on couches that when you get there, a promoter will make you sleep on a couch. Just not even give you food at all. No driver. Like, they just treat you poorly.
Yeah.
But because you're supposed to be the star and live up to a certain expectation, you don't speak out. I want to urge my artists, my fellow performers, to speak out. Media personalities, speak out. Performing artists, speak out. Don't allow to be treated like garbage. I told the promoters.
Yeah.
No money.
Yeah.
No show. I didn't go. I was in my sweats. I even switched on the heating system in the Airbnb, and I was watching Netflix
the entire time.
I don't even care, because that's just a principle that I have.
Yes.
As a host, even in my country, it's a simple principle.
Oh.
No money, no show. First of all, there's certain places I would never step a foot in, based on just brand alignment.
Okay. In
my country,
I
would never perform in certain places.
Yes.
Just because I'm in the UK, I'm in Birmingham, I must go and perform in a boardroom. I can't. That's number one. Secondly, you don't give me my money. I do what I do because of money. My son is 17 years old. I have a whole adult to look after and a whole lifestyle to maintain. You think I can catch a flight economy? They flew me economy. Mm-hmm. I flew economy. When I think about it, I literally want to cry. It's a long flight. Long and tedious flight. They flew me economy to go and host a show. And then they don't fulfill their obligations. And they expect me to go on stage and do what? Never. Not this brand. Not this brand.
And you raise an interesting point. I think people feeling entitled to things and thinking you must just be grateful that we flew you to the UK after all. You would have been somewhere in some little known country in sub-Saharan Africa and say thank you.
No.
And that's just sad. Talent is talent.
The thing is, people are not flying you for you to be grateful.
Yeah.
They are making money off you.
Okay.
It's a business.
Yeah.
I am a business. I'm a walking business. The reason you are calling a Mutale Mwanza to go to Birmingham for a show is because you want to profit off it.
They would have picked another person from around the corner.
Exactly. And if they didn't need the little person from sub-Saharan Africa, they shouldn't have had a show.
Yeah.
But they need the show. They want the money. Mm-hmm. How much are they making off me? Mm-hmm. Putting me on a poster, telling people you're going to meet this person, greet this person. She's going to host this event. It's money. Mm-hmm. Because they know my worth. They know Tigrin's worth. They know Chef 187's worth. They know everybody's worth. That's why they have these gigs. Mm-hmm. That's why they put these gigs together, because they want to profit off our brands. But we should get paid for it. We should be paid and appreciated before anybody else can even begin to get a profit. So pay us. So for you to be able to get paid, of course you have to book an air ticket. Otherwise, you come to Zambia and make a show, then you don't have to buy air tickets. Mm-hmm. Those things are standard. Yeah. I can fly myself business class to anywhere in the world. Mm-hmm. I don't need to give anybody gratitude because I'm flying to London or I'm flying to Birmingham. It's part of the job. It's an obligation. Mm-hmm. So people need to change their mindset and realize that you're not being grateful for anything. Those people want you because they want money. Mm-hmm. It's not that they're a relative. It's not a family business. No, it's business. You are the business. They need you to eat. So they should feed you first. It's a simple principle.
It's not charity.
No, it's not.
It's business.
Who just walks around and says, let me buy them visa, as if as if they really love you. As if it's just love. Are they doing it out of love? Oh, come on. It's business. And when people learn to understand that they are the business, then they won't be treated any less. I refuse to be treated like garbage. I just said forget it. And you know what the worst part is?
What is it?
Or maybe the best part.
What is it?
You had to pay me.
Oh my goodness! Even though you didn't do the job.
Sign a contract. And
It's a contract. Yes.
Sign a contract. You breach the contract, it can't be my problem. They paid me, and then I went off to London, and I went shopping, and I was living my best life, and it was like a nice holiday. I enjoyed myself.
It's interesting you brought up the issue of love, which is what a lot of Malawians want to know. If it's something that is existing between you and Tay Green, and Malawians will kill me literally. They will send me to the grave if I don't ask you this question. Is any of that stuff real?
Which stuff?
Stuff between you and Tay Green.
Which stuff?
The things you've been posting on social media.
Which stuff?
About
we
the love.
post a lot of things.
About the love between
Ask
the two.
the question.
Are you guys in love? Are you in a proper love relationship with Tay Green? There it is. I asked it.
Ask me again. Ask differently.
Are you in a love relationship with Tay Green?
No.
No, you're not.
No.
What's going on between the two of you?
He's a great guy. I'm a great girl. We have great brands.
Yes.
And life is moving.
I'm curious about how you met, though, because for me, I keep my eyes and ears on the ground. This thing just kind of just erupted from nowhere. It's like a volcano.
Yeah, because you guys made it erupt. I took a picture with him at Lusaka July, and then all of a sudden, everybody said, I'm Mulamu here, and then I'm his girlfriend. And I was like, really? Is that what you guys want? I'm a cold-hearted creature. I have no love. But okay, if that's what you want, I'll give you a show. Ta-da! Lights, camera, action.
Let's live the love. Live it.
Nah, the love thing is not really on the cards for me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to wind up. And
let's
wind up. If there's anything that you'd like to say about your next steps as a media personality. And now I understand you started a clothing line, a fashion line some time back. How's that
is
going?
Not true. Like, whoever told you that is lying.
Yes.
I've never started a clothing line.
Maybe they're giving you a hint.
Nah.
It's not something that you'd be interested to get into?
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, no. At least not now.
Not now?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we wind up...
Real estate is more my thing.
Okay.
Maybe. I think
yeah.
I would gravitate towards that.
Okay.
Clothing line is cute, but...
Yeah. All right.
No.
As we wind up, I've got a set of questions which I'd like to ask you.
I thought we were winding up.
We are now.
Oh my goodness!
To which...
How do you wind up with a set of questions? This is a first.
Yes.
Okay.
So...
Yes.
I ask you a question.
Okay.
And you just say yes or no.
Okay.
It's that simple.
Okay.
But first tell me your full name.
Mutale Melissa Mwanza.
Do you have any tattoos?
Yes.
Do you have any piercings?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Have you ever shot a gun?
Pass.
Have you cried over someone?
Yes.
Have you fallen in love before?
Yes.
Have you killed a chicken before?
No.
Have you killed a goat before?
No.
Have you gotten into a fight before?
Oh, hell yeah.
Have you gotten any surgeries?
Not yet.
Have you ever been hospitalized?
Yes.
Have you donated blood?
Yes.
Do you know your blood group?
Yes.
Have you ever smoked weed?
What is weed?
Have you ever smoked marijuana?
No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
Have you ever drunk alcohol?
Yes.
Do you drink alcohol?
Yes.
Have you ever broken someone's heart?
Yes. Every day.
Have you had a crush on someone?
Yes.
We're going to end it there. Thank you so much, Mutale. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Last song.
Oh my goodness. Last song would be Zambia's biggest artist.
Yes.
He's making waves and
Yes.
doing us proud.
Yes.
Flying the flag so
Fantastic.
high.
Yes, yes.
He's flying the flag higher than Bob Marley.
Yeah.
He goes by the name Yo Maps.
Yo Maps is big. He's huge.
I know. Oh, have you seen him?
I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him, but I follow him quite closely. I love his
really?
music personally.
Okay.
And he filled up is at a 60,000 capacity stadium
Yes,
last year.
Yeah, that flew over your head, but yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there was another show like right close by. And
Yes.
so that was big.
He's big.
He is big.
He's very big.
Which particular song are we listening to today?
We are listening to Kondwa by Yo
Kondwa. Nimafuno Kondwa.
Ooh.
Aye, aye. Mafuno Kondwa.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely song from your moms. And thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the best in life.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.